This is the type of woman that men crave. The type of woman that activates his instinct to protect and to provide. A woman who knows the power of femininity and family. She lives in flow as opposed to rigid hardness. And she's positive and inviting rather than combative. She sees her softness as a strength, and she's her man's safe space amongst the chaos of the external world. Any guy can go to a woman for pleasure, but it's only her who comes with the experience of peace. And most men simply want appreciation for the things that they do. So she makes sure to remember to give credit where it's due, and he honors her in return with the things that he brings. This is the type of woman who wants for her man the experience of divine femininity.
Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Maxine, and if you're a returning viewer and subscriber, welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to be hearing about what men crave in women, what they want, and what they're most attracted to. Now, all of these clips will be from men because it's the opinion of men that I want. I know a lot of women out there are going to say, we don't care, we don't want to know. But for those who are curious, here you go.
So the ladies want to know, what are some things that men find irresistible in women?
So the first thing that comes to mind is you ain't full of drama.
Oh.
All right. So you bring peace.
Okay.
That's the
bring
thing.
Peace.
You bring
okay.
peace. Peace is extremely important. And let me say this. I think women have to understand, as the man gets older, the peace becomes even more important. You can get away with some of that crazy stuff when we're younger. And so a woman who understands that becomes extremely valuable.
Subtle things that men fall for. And no one tells you this part because it's all just subtle psychology. But as a man, I can confidently say these three things make the difference. First and foremost, a warm feminine energy. Now, this dynamic is ideal and works great when you have a real man, a man who is in his masculine energy that makes you feel safe enough to be in your feminine energy. Now, the second thing us men fall for is someone who actually listens, like is genuinely curious about our lives and the things that we care about, especially when we're talking about something we're passionate on, but also being able to talk, like having that balance so that, because I like to listen. I can listen to her talk and talk and talk. And it's nice when you don't have to carry the conversation. Third thing we fall for, ladies, we have to talk about how sexy it is when you are confident. Like, not confidence looking for validation, real confidence. It's absolutely magnetic. And all of you should be confident in who you are and know yourself so that when you walk into that bitch, you own it.
3 things men secretly want from women, but we're just too afraid to admit it. Now, if you want to make a man obsessed with you, if you want to make a man commit to you, if you want to make a man see you as the only woman in his life without playing stupid mind games or trying to seduce him, you have to do these 3 things. Now, the first thing all of us men want but won't tell you is we want a woman that when we're around her, we can let our guard down and just be vulnerable. But hold on, I'm not telling you to be his mom or his therapist. Let me explain how this works. See, growing up as a man, everyone expects you to just be a man, to take problems on the chin without complaining because you're a man. God forbid anybody sees you cry. God forbid anybody sees you be vulnerable or talk about something that's bothering you. And so we build this shell around ourselves and we bottle our feelings down because we don't want to be labeled as weak. We don't want to be judged. And that's why you see so many emotionally unavailable men. But hold on, let me tell you the biggest game changer right now. What if you could be the only person in his life that he doesn't have to wear a mask around? What if you were the only person he could ever talk to without feeling stupid, without feeling judged, without feeling weak? And I'm not saying be his mother, be his therapist, or his emotional sponge. I'm simply saying be his safe space, the place where he can finally breathe. Because once a man links emotional safety with a woman, he doesn't just like her. Now he's bonded to her, he trusts her, and you become irreplaceable in his life.
Most men just want 4 things from a woman. Number 1, loyalty. I need your undying support. Like, I don't ever want to have to question who team you on, whose side you on. I need you right here. Like, regardless of what's going on, I need you to have my back the way I got yours. Loyalty, I should never have to question that. Number 2, consistent sex. Consistent sex. Don't give me a whole bunch of sex before we get into the relationship. Then we get into the relationship, you want to hit the brakes. You want to hit the pause. No. Don't advertise what you can't sustain. Consistent sex is very important. Number 3, peace. Like, we need peace from you. We dealing with a lot out there in the world every day. It's chaotic. We making hard decisions. We problem solving 24/7, even problems that you don't even see, because we taking care of them before they even become a big issue. When we get home and we get to our woman, we need that calm. We need that femininity. We need that relaxing. We need that nurturing. We need that just, you know what I mean? Like, create a peaceful environment for your man. Number 4, gratitude. That man out there working hard every day. Everything you ask for, he give it to you. You need something done, he get it done. The only thing that man want to know is that all that work he doing is not going unappreciated. That you thankful. That you grateful for him. That's it. I mean, it's as simple as, hey, baby, I just want to say thank you. I know how hard you going out there and working for us. I know how, everything you got to deal with, everything you got to juggle to make this household run the way it run, and I appreciate you for that.
So these are things that men love but will not say out loud. They won't tell you that they like these things. Maybe it's the sort of macho nature. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you anyway, so you know. It sounds really obvious, giving compliments. You think, oh yeah, well, people give compliments all the time. For men, it doesn't actually happen that often. Like, how shocking does that actually sound? Even to me, like, especially about appearance. And it's just not really, it just doesn't happen as much. Maybe, oh, I love your shirt today. Or you look really nice today. I love the way you do this specific thing. FYI, be careful what you compliment, because it's gonna stay in their brain and then they're gonna do more of it. Then let's say he wears a blue shirt and you say, I love this blue shirt. Be careful. He'll probably buy 10 more of them. The second thing is genuine conversation. With our friends or mates, it's kind of like, oh, cool, bro. Like, yeah. But if you can have genuine interest in what they're saying and be like, oh, wow, why did it happen? Or how did you feel about that? Or what do you think about this? Like, these conversations like mean a lot. Just showing genuine interest in what they're talking about and showing a lot of expression. He is going to love that. The third one is kind of like a bonus one, but I'm going to say give him flowers. Now, I'm not saying a massive bouquet and instantly send this guy flowers. But if you was to give a guy a flower, mate, you're already top percent. Like, you're already 1%. Trust me. I'm telling you, these guys have gone their whole life and never ever received a flower. I'm telling you, the only time they receive their flower is, do you know what I mean? Get the guy a flower. And again, you're welcome.
Most men, what do they tend to find attractive in women? Take this with a grain of salt, because you may have a different experience or whatever. The first one is particularly what they lack, which is gentleness, softness, femininity. Most men are hotheads. Most men are impulsive. Most men don't have the ability to pause and take a breath and just slow everything down. A lot of women have a nurturing, intuitive, emotionally gentle ability to cool down a situation. And I think the most attractive women exude that aura of calmness and soft.
Yeah, which is also controversial today to even define what femininity is.
It is controversial, but one of the things that I see is, you've probably seen this on Instagram, men are always talking about how all day long I have to be out there fighting the demons and the dragons and, being at war in the workplace. When I come home, what I want is peace. You've heard this before?
Of course.
Okay. What they're describing is, I want someone who helps me soften, who brings a sense of calm and ease to my life. That is a superpower that I think a lot of women have if they tap into it.
Real talk. Here are 3 simple things that most men need and desire in a relationship. Okay? Partnership, relationship, whatever it may be. Because ladies, we are very simple, as I always like to say. So, listen up. Number 1, loyalty. Listen, loyalty is everything to a man, because it lets him know that you ride for him. It lets him know that you are committed, fully committed to him in the relationship. And he ain't gotta, ever worry about you. He ain't gotta ever worry about you betraying his trust. Number 2, respect. Respect is very important for men, okay? Not emasculating him, embarrassing him in public, making him feel like less of a man by how you act towards him. Show people that you actually respect your man. And number 3, this is probably the most important one. A woman who is understanding to him, all right? A woman who shows that she cares and she can be a space for him to come to and talk about his feelings, because y'all are emotional. Women are emotional, and he wants to be with somebody who will allow him to be that and not use that against him and emasculate him in the process. So he can trust you to talk to you about anything. Like and share part 2.
Guys absolutely love this characteristic the most with women. I can't lie, this is also a personal favorite of mine. And that characteristic is elegance. Now, the best way to define elegance is by sharing what elegance is not. So here's what not to do if you want to try to be elegant. If you're in public and you are acting a fool, creating just like so much attention that is drawn towards you and like in a weird way, this is not elegant. Guys do not want all the attention just like drawn towards like their crazy acting girlfriend. There's a difference between like being cool and having fun and just being like a straight up nut job. So yeah, like avoid just like being an absolute like foolish person in public, because like it's just not elegant. No guy's gonna want to be able to take you in public. Now, secondly, if you got it, and a lot of you girls got it, like you got it. You walk by the mirror and you do like the double look because like you got it. The best thing that men love is when like they know that their girl knows that they got it, but they don't need to like show that they got it in the most like egregious way. And I don't care, you girls are gonna come at me for this and be like, oh, like you're insecure, but like it has nothing to do with that. If you know you got it, but it's like a little bit more subtle, that is elegance. And if you're wondering what is like men's favorite, just search up on Pinterest like old money aesthetic girls. That type of like girl outfit aesthetic is what like us guys who are actually going to treat you right and properly and the way you want to be treated, that is the exact aesthetic that we are all looking for. These like Halloween looking costumes that some people roll up to restaurants and nightclubs with is just like, it is not elegance, and it's not what any guy is looking for their girlfriend to wear. Food for thought, use this information as you wish.
All right, ladies, this one's for y'all. So recently, I've asked several girls what they think men find attractive, or what attracts a man, and none of them have been able to give me the correct answer, or the answer that I've found to be correct. I've talked to a lot of guys about this. We all seem to agree what makes a woman attractive, but the problem is most women don't know what that is, so I'm about to let y'all know. Alright, so number 1 is looks, alright? You're not going to go walk up to someone you don't deem attractive. You're just not. So a guy has to be attracted to a woman to even involve himself with her. Alright, so number 2, I think is innocence, alright? Men find innocence in a woman attractive, okay? If she's out at the club every week, out partying, out at the bar, dressing like a degenerate, she's gonna get attention from guys, but it's not the attention that she really wants deep down, okay? She's getting, in a way, negative attention, okay? So you don't want to be like that. Innocence is definitely a big role to attract a man that's worth having. All right, so number 3 is femininity. This one covers a lot. You need to be gentle, caring, patient, soft-spoken. This also covers things like potential to be a good mother. Basically, you don't want to be out here acting like a dominant male. I call it the "you're not going to tell me what to do" mindset. And women that act like that, just guys, you don't even need to associate with those girls. They're trouble. They're always feel like they've got to prove something. It's just annoying. It really is. Alright, so number 4 is submissiveness. Now, a man has to understand how to bring out a woman's submissive side in a respectful manner. And women intrinsically know that they like a man to be dominant. The girls will say things like, well, he did never call me out on anything I was ever doing wrong. Like, women want someone, you know, to put them in their place every once in a while, or tell them how it really is, because a lot of times their female friends just tell them exactly what they want to hear, which isn't necessarily what they need to hear. Alright, ladies, so before y'all go try to hop in the comments and say something, these are the things men find attractive, alright? Now, we don't judge y'all on what y'all find attractive in us. We accept it. So I think it'd behoove y'all to do the same. Alright, so that's a wrap on that, but I'm going to leave y'all with a little quote somebody told me one time. A lot of girls today walk around in the spirit of a girlfriend. The woman that walks around in the spirit of a wife will find a husband. And that's a very deep saying, so I suggest y'all take that one to heart.
Things that women do that guys find so attractive, and I am speaking from my heart here, which is very hard because everything she does is attractive, but look, it's okay. Wanting to drink more water. Wanting to take care of herself. I don't know, I just find that sexy. Like, it's hot. You want to take care of your health. You want to live a longer life and have more energy so that you can spend more time with me. That's freaking hot. You know, I love this, wearing hats. Just like, I don't know why, but I think the hats are so cute. Especially when it's just like casual. You just go grab some lunch and it's kind of casual. He's got a little baseball cap on and it's color coordinated with her outfit. I also find this really attractive, like answering the phone, just like really soft, but still somehow excited, just like in a really feminine tone. Okay, and this one's kind of random, but like, I don't know, I find it cute, but just like being scared of little things like a bug or a loud noise, or like, oh, is there a ghost in here, or whatever, and then kind of needing to lean into me emotionally or physically or whatever for safety. It's hot. This list could go on, but okay, doing your makeup and then sending a selfie to just show me the final result, and you know, then you get to just shower her with compliments and tell her how good it looks. This video could be so long, I'm not even kidding, and so it's already, like, we're already at 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna kind of finish with this, but it's really, really attractive to just kind of bring him into, give him a glimpse of what goes on inside your head and your interest and your world, and the way, okay, I love when, like, Pinterest, if you have a Pinterest, you have a bunch of boards, you bringing him in and going over the boards together and looking at the pictures and getting excited about the certain, like, little things, especially if you've been building them for a while. I mean, personally, I don't know what everyone else has on there, but I love when we go through our Pinterest boards because I get to just, like, see all the girly shit that she's into. So, yeah.
Things that men be looking at, you know what I mean? These are things that men notice about a woman when they first see them. I'm gonna tell you right now. Shit that y'all don't even really know. Y'all don't realize, but I'm about to get you on game. The first thing, number one, men be noticing the smile, baby. The smile is everything. A woman with a pretty smile, beautiful teeth, pretty smile, it just shows that, you know what I mean, you have a welcoming spirit, right? And it's also, it's sexy, like, for real. You got a nice, beautiful smile. You know what I mean? Shh. Like, I'm telling you right there, that's gonna take you very far. Number two, a woman who smell good. Just like y'all like men, y'all like kings who smell good. We love a woman, a queen who know how to smell good. That hygiene is everything. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. I be at the gym, you know what I mean? And I'll smell a girl. I'm like, yo, she just walking past me. And I'm like, damn, she smell good as fuck. Like, that shit make me fold for real. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I'll fold low key. She ain't gonna know, but I'll fold. And number three, last but definitely not least, a woman who got a nice walk. A walk, I'm telling you, a woman with a nice walk, like, she confident too, but she knows what she doing. You know what I mean? Listen, it's subtle, but she got a nice confident walk. Strut, yeah. Them heels clacking on the concrete. Ain't nothing like it.
Hear me out, right? These are the top 3 things that us guys find, like, weirdly attractive that women do. And, like, these aren't your normal things like smell good and your basics. The first one, right, I feel like this one gets more prominent, like, the further you get into the talking stage or the relationship. But a girl who just chats absolute shit or just, like, waffles or can just, like, never have an awkward silence or whatever. Like, obviously it's nice being able to chill in silence sometimes, but like someone who can just carry a conversation well and hold themselves well in a conversation, like, so attractive. It takes so much pressure off us guys having to carry a conversation as well. Some girls will generally just sit there and just stare at you, or not say anything, or not even try to ask you a question, and have no interest in what you have to say. Like, it's so boring. Second one, being like really passionate about something weird, or like animals, or something they just always go on about, or they refer to it all the time. It's just like nice. Like, they are passionate about something, it's cute, you get all excited. And last but not least, getting angry or jealous, not all the time, but sometimes, over little things which don't actually mean anything. There's something just really attractive about it. I don't know why, just when you get angry and you're like biting our ankles, it's just really cute.
Here are 3 things that men notice about you immediately. And if you do not know these things, you might be missing some seriously easy attraction triggers. So here are 3 things that guys notice immediately about all women. Number 1 is your smile. If you're anything like me, you came out with kind of crooked teeth, but if you work on whitening your smile, getting your teeth a little bit more straight, they don't have to be the straightest thing in the world. But guys love straight teeth, they love white teeth, and they love breath that smells nice. Number 2 is your fashion accessories. Guys are not the most fashion inclined, but they can kind of tell if things are off. They're like, I don't know what it is about her, but she looks amazing. I love when a woman has an amazing sense of fashion. It really just makes her 10 times more beautiful. I love that. Number 3 is your way you walk. And I know that sounds kind of odd, the way she walks. And all my scoliosis baddies out there, don't flame me in the chat. It is how you walk dictates a lot of your confidence. Are you upright? Are you kind of strutting is probably a better word. Guys really love it when a woman has amazing energy. And I actually go into a lot more details about what guys want in a woman in my book.
10 feminine traits men find irresistible. Make sure you watch all the way to the end, because each point gets progressively harder to resist for men. Point number 1 is about receiving. You'll be surprised how many women find it difficult to properly take in and accept a compliment. So let's say you go on a date with a guy and he sees you in your beautiful red dress and he's like, you look absolutely stunning today. The wrong way to receive is by saying, oh my God, I look disgusting. Look at my pimples. I look like a bum today. Point number 2 is playfulness. You have to remember that you're going to be in a relationship with this man for a long time. So there needs to be an understanding that you guys can banter back and forth, joke back and forth without it going too far or being too personal. Point number 3 is about belief in him. For example, let's say you're about to go out on a date with a guy and you guys haven't figured out where you're going to actually go. And he says, I don't know where to pick. You respond by saying, I trust in your abilities to pick the best spot because I know you have amazing taste. Point number 4 is emotional control. Because there's nothing wrong with having emotions, but what's most important is that your emotions don't control you, meaning that you don't do things that are drastic out of your character or insane because you feel really intensely some heightened emotion like anger or sadness or upset or shock. Point number 5 is role play. It's so important to allow your man to be a man in the relationship so that you can properly be a woman. For example, if you haven't seen him in a couple of weeks and you know you want to plan a date and organize a date, even though you want to, you have to leave that space for him to do his job as a man. Point number 6 is emotional intelligence. You have to be able to communicate your feelings in a way that the guy can actually understand them. So when it comes out of you, it has to come out in a way that's translated or decoded for him to be able to process it, even though he's not as emotionally intelligent as you might be. 7 is graciousness, because it's so important to understand how to allow men to give to you and do for you. Sometimes you can get into the habit where you're so hyper independent because you've been independent for so long that you find it difficult when a man actually wants to go out of his way for you, that you end up saying, no, please don't go out of your way for me. Don't do this. That's too big. That's too much. You can't do that. Number 8 is style, because to be honest with you, women that dress in a feminine way are going to attract more masculine men. That's just the reality of it. So however you want to dress in a feminine way that makes you comfortable and feel confident within yourself, do that. 9 is subtle confidence, because you have to know you're hot without having to yell it. And that's by the way you talk about yourself, your life, your approach to the relationship, and all of that.
Ladies, I'm gonna put you on, okay? A sweetheart is the secret to a man's heart. I don't care how he is. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care how much he's annoying you, how frustrating he is to you. Remain a sweetheart. It does not make you weak to stay a sweetheart. It actually is a strength. Just like it's a strength for a man to maintain his composure when you're acting crazy too. It's a strength for a woman to remain a sweetheart. You will develop a strong sense of influence with your man if you maintain that sweet composure. Don't try to justify it like the majority of women. Listen to me. I've been married next month going on 10 years. I know what I'm telling you. Anytime my wife, is frustrating, angry, whatever, it pisses me off, get out of my face, whatever. Anytime she comes like super sweet, whatever, it just breaks me down. It's always going to break down a real man for real. All right.
The most attractive trait in a woman is not a pretty smile, it's not a fat ass, it's not some big ass titties or even some wide hips. It's her consistency. How consistent is she when she does anything? Consistent woman does not play about herself. When she says she's gonna do something, she follows through. And even when it gets boring, even when she doesn't have motivation, she still sticks to her discipline to show up for herself, and she stays consistent. Her showing up for herself every single day doesn't only let me know that she is a patient person, but she trusts the process. She knows that the results are going to come, and somebody like that is a potentially good partner to have because she's going to show up for you the way she shows up for herself. There's so many attractive girls left and right, but if you actually want to distinguish a gem, see how consistent she is, because you don't want to be with anybody who can't stick to anything, who can't stick to a process, to a plan, because they're going to flop anytime things get hard, especially if you plan on marrying her, especially if you plan on this being the mother of your children. That's not somebody I would want to be with. If she can't be consistent with herself in her own life, what makes you think she could be consistent with you?
5 things that women do that men all around the world find attractive. Let's go. 5 is femininity and playfulness. Now, in this world that we live in, some people lack masculinity, some people lack femininity, but we men have always found feminine traits attractive within women, and this one just makes sense. I shouldn't even have to explain it, right? But it's more than just being feminine. It's the little subtle gestures. It's the movement of your head. It's the way that you literally use your body language. So for women, that can be tilting their head in conversation or having deep, playful eye contact. Signs that show they're feminine, interested, and genuine when they're talking to a man. 4 is confidence. Now, a lot of women are beautiful, and a lot of women also don't recognize their beauty. A woman that can recognize her beauty but doesn't go over the top with it and doesn't try to come across as egotistical is a woman we all like. Women like confident men. Men like confident women. It's that simple, but the confidence is shown in very different ways. Women's confidence comes from internal beauty and external beauty, knowing you're beautiful both on the inside and outside, as well as expressing this in day-to-day life without being too egotistical or narcissistic. As men, if we see a lady that is genuine in her internal structure and her external structure and is not worried about what people think about her, then we find this very attractive. A lot of women obsess over their looks, over how people perceive them, and a lot of women are insecure about their looks when they're out in public. And when men find a woman that doesn't have these insecurities, or not to a great degree, we find this very attractive. With that being said, number 3 is attention to appearance, but this doesn't mean going over the top, being crazy, taking 5 hours to do makeup. No, this means having nice fragrances, having nice hair, washing very consistently, making sure that your skin is taken care of. And a lot of men find this very attractive when a woman really takes care of themselves, but does it not coming from a place of ego. It links to independence and also reliability, as well as supreme confidence within yourself. 2 is playful touch, so being affectionate using physical manners, and this can be literally anything. This can be holding hands, and within a woman's brain, when a man actually is emotional and affectionate physically, it releases oxytocin in the female brain, and it's a similar kind of system for men as well. We get a release. We also have key and core memories when we are affectionate, when we're in love with somebody, and this just emphasizes the true love you have between two people when it is physical and constant. But light touches, even just in a non-sensual way, are a form of communication, and it bonds people together better, and men specifically do like it when it's unexpected and consistent. And 1 cannot be forced, it has to be natural, but it is general laughter. So a woman finding you funny, or a woman being funny herself. A genuine connection where you find each other hilarious. You can have all types of conversations, dark conversations, in-depth conversations, serious conversations, funny conversations, playful conversations, all those types of conversations, having a level of depth to each of them. But But I can tell you from my own experience, making a woman genuinely laugh and burst out laughing until they nearly cry is one of the best feelings we can receive. And I absolutely love making my girlfriend laugh, for example. It's interesting because this list was very different to the previous list I did with what women find attractive in men. So let me know what you think of this, women. Let me know what you think of this, men, and tell me what I got right or wrong in the comments.
The most attractive thing to a masculine man is when you bring femininity to spaces that don't have femininity. Let me explain. You know how when a woman brings her feminine, nurturing, caring, loving, oracle wisdom self to the table, how a man values that very, very highly? It's because she's bringing that feminine energy to a space, his space, to a space that is often devoid of feminine energy. What I found is when bringing feminine energy to the workplace, specifically a part of the workplace where you're not exchanging your time for money, you start exchanging your energy for money, I found the income earning potential to be through the roof. I'll give you an example. The top sales rep at my main company, separate from this channel, makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, every single year, working from home, on her laptop, chatting with really incredible people all day on Zoom, makes the money that she makes because she perpetually pours into herself, boosting her femininity, and shows up to the calls where she's enrolling people in $10,000, $15,000, $30,000 programs with nurturing, caring, loving, oracle wisdom, feminine energy, which has the clients enrolling with ease and feeling amazing doing so. And it's all because she doesn't exchange her time for money. She exchanges her energy for money, which means her pouring into herself makes her more money, and everyone benefits in the process. If you'd like to explore what it looks like to pour into yourself, to pour into clients, and ideally have money pour into your bank account, then comment sales below. I'm going to connect you with a dear friend of mine named Chad, who literally trains women how to do this every single day so that you can get out there, boost your femininity, boost your financial resources. Your entire life, your career included, can all be about boosting your feminine energy and bringing it into spaces that typically don't have it. Comment sales in the comments and follow for more.
I don't think girls really understand how far compliments go for guys. Like, on average, guys don't get many compliments. Like, the most compliments you get are probably from your grandma when you're like 10. They're like, oh, you're so handsome. You're going to have no problem with the ladies. And besides that, like, very rarely will they get compliments. So, like, as a girl, when you just compliment a dude, like, you can make their entire, like, month. Like, I still remember compliments from ex-girlfriends, like, just past relationships, and honestly, just, like, random people that I'll just, like, meet, like, on the street. Like, I still remember those compliments because they go so far. Like, on average, like, women, they kind of tend to get more compliments. Like, you look at their Instagram sections, it's just boom, 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 just hundreds of comments, just, like, all, like, hyping you up, which is a good thing. So if you're just trying to, like, make someone's day or, like, talk to the guy that you like, just give them a compliment because they'll remember that for a long-ass time.
One of the best compliments you can ever give a man is not that you're handsome or you're strong. It's by saying, I respect you. Men are wired to need respect more than love. When you tell a man you respect who he is, what he does, and how he shows up, it hits deeper than you realize.
Guys rarely ever get them. So when you give a guy a compliment, he will hold on to that compliment for the rest of his life. This is how simple men are. If a girl tells a guy, wow, your arms look great in that shirt, that guy will wear that shirt so much more often because he's like, well, I got a compliment 4 years ago saying that my arms looked good in it, so my arms must look good in this shirt. It's so true.
What do men really want in a woman? Well, broke men want breadwinners. Immature men want mothers. Lazy men want servants. Abusive men want doormats. Controlling men want puppets. And narcissistic men want worshippers. But good men, they want partners. Hardworking men want supporters. And confident men want equals. So remember, the men that you choose to entertain say a lot about the woman that you are.
So we have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you again in my next one. Bye, guys.